Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in on our eighth episode of the
Wow.
Music Connection. We are thrilled to be here this cold, dreary Saturday morning, and we're very, very excited because we have a very special guest with us who is across the Atlantic Ocean, and we have known this person for a long time since they were very, very little. And I'm very, very excited to be able to reconnect with him and with the story that he's going to share with us. So, without further ado, here is Nestor Daniel Alvarez.
Hola, Nestor.
Oh, hello. We have
Bonjour, mon cher.
Bonjour, wie geht's? ¿Cómo estás?
good.
Which language will we use today?
Well, English, because that's the only one
Yeah.
Oh my
we
gosh.
can all dominate. But I'm so excited that you were available to do this. I'm going to let folks know you are the middle child of my high school friend,
Yeah.
Nestor Luis Alvarez. And so I've known Nestor since I was 11 years old. And last time we
Wow.
saw you, I think you were about 5 years old.
Yeah, no creo.
Yeah.
And you were starting to go to the conservatory
Exactly.
in Barquisimeto.
And I think
Yeah.
your family is watching, so hola familia Alvarez. Abrazos a todos.
And,
Oh,
and so, so tell us a little bit about when did you discover that you had a passion for music? When do you remember? What's your earliest memory about knowing that music was the thing you were going to do?
music for me was. I started at 5 years old because my parents didn't want that we don't do nothing in the evening. Because in Venezuela we don't do nothing in the evening after school. So we tried sport, but we don't like my brother and me. So then we tried music. I was good. So like for 5 years was really good. Then at 8 years old I started with flute. I was nice, but my big remember was like in 12 years old, I went to Caracas and I was with my big master of flute, Pedro Ustache, and he picked up me like his student. So it's someone who live in Los Angeles, and it was for me was like I have to study. I would like to become a flutist, a musician. So after that, I really start like to study more flute, more music, and it was amazing.
That's
Wow.
wonderful. And if I remember correctly, you were part of El Sistema.
Yes, I started at 8 years old with flute and in the orchestra. So it was really nice because at 8 years old I was already playing in orchestra, something that is really amazing for the musicians. I know people of French, for example, and they don't know orchestra to play in orchestra until 18 years old. So for us, it's like really nice to play in a family like orchestra since a child.
That's wonderful. And for those
Yeah,
at home who might not know, El Sistema is this very revolutionary way of bringing classical music to people who ordinarily wouldn't have access to it. It was started by Maestro Abreu in 1975. He sadly passed away 2 years ago. But El Sistema is what gave us many, many beautiful musicians like yourself and Maestro Dudamel, who is now in Los Angeles, and it's really an amazing process. I think it really is a wonderful way for inner city kids and kids who don't have access to classical music to be part of it, be part of the family, the musical family, which
yeah,
has served you well.
And Nestor, you live in vive in Strasbourg,
yeah.
Strasburgo.
I moved here in 2016 to do my studies. Uh, I finished my license last year, my bachelor degree, and now I'm studying in Freiburg, but I still living here in Strasbourg.
Mhm.
I like.
And tell us the orchestra that you've played with there.
I used to play with Mannheim Philharmoniker now.
Nice.
So it's a nice orchestra. We just played before coronavirus arrived. We played a concert, was really special concert. And before this concert, we played with Marta Argerich. It was really amazing concert. So this orchestra is for me is like other family.
That's wonderful. Um,
Yeah.
and there's a wonderful sound wafting through your house. It sounds like you live with other musicians.
Yes, I'm in my friend house. We are six musicians, so it's really nice.
What do the other friends play?
They play oboe, four of them, and the other one is singer.
Oh my God, four oboists in one
Yeah,
house?
That's a
exactly.
lot of oboe.
That does not sound
But
like fun.
it's difficult. But they say also one piccolo and flute is difficult also.
Well, the piccolo maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And so, how did you go from Venezuela to Europe? When was that moment that the opportunity was available for you to do that?
Yeah, this is I have to say thanks to my teacher Pedro Stache. He always opened my mind to continue my studies in Europe. So he put me another teacher who his name is Gabriel Cano, and then he told me if you go to Europe, you will be good there. So then in 2016 I came with my brother, and we tried in Germany some examen to do the bachelor. And finally, with some problems, I came here to Strasbourg. I knew the professor, teacher Mario Caroli is amazing flutist in the world. Uh, we just talked after the lesson, and he told me, "You have come here with me.
Mm.
We can do studies here also." So then I came back here. I did my exam to do my bachelor. I was good, so it was really funny. It was not really like Strasbourg in the beginning. It was not thinking. It was just destiny. We can say.
Destiny.
So I am really thankful with my teacher Mario Caroli. It was like change of life.
I bet. And it's not a destiny by chance, it's a destiny that you have worked really
Exactly.
hard for.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so, and your brother Nestor is also still in Germany, right?
Yeah, he's doing bachelor also in Essen, a city of Germany close to Dusseldorf, and he's also playing orchestra. So it's really nice because I can go there and see him playing in a nice orchestra in Essen Philharmonic. It's really nice.
That's
So I
wonderful.
think that folks would be interested to know your father's name is Nestor. He has three sons named Nestor. So tell all the names of your brothers.
Yeah,
Nestor,
Well, it
actually,
started
also
with,
you're
my
Nestor
grandfather
Daniel.
is Nestor
yeah,
also. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So
my
there's five
grandfather
Nestors.
was Nestor Jose. Then my father is Nestor Luis, as my brother is the same, but just the last name of mothers is different. And then it's me, Nestor Daniel.
Yeah, thank God that they finally realized that it's gonna get confusing with
Yeah,
all
but
of
then
those names in a music program.
it's difficult. There are also my little brother that is really funny because it's the second names of each of us is Luis Daniel. So
That's well, they got creative.
yeah,
So let me ask you to play some music for the folks at home, so we can hear some of your talents. What would you like to play? I know you have several instruments.
yes, of course. I would like to start with the flute,
Okay.
and I have a etude from Castered, who is a French composer. So it's not so long, so like that we can speak more also. So I will
Okay.
play this. Maybe.
Churn.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. That was beautiful. What made you pick that composer?
Because it's a French music that a lot of work here in French. Like when I came here, the big difficulty was style, because we know how to play flute, but how to play like French people, French music, it was a challenge for me to learn how to play that, and still learning. So it's a composer that is really French composer, and I really like this piece.
That's wonderful. So what else do you have in your arsenal of instruments?
For now, I don't have a lot of instrument because coronavirus take me in a difficult moment. But I have also the piccolo. So and the didgeridoo.
Oh my goodness!
What is that?
From Australia.
This is from Australia. This is a didgeridoo. It's an instrument that I learned how to play in 2012. And I really like this instrument. A lot of air to play.
Can you show us what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Do you have air left?
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow,
that is so
that
fascinating. It sounds to me like there's a Tibetan Buddhist instrument that has that low
Yeah.
sound, some kind of a horn. Oh my gosh.
is there any classical music that incorporates that into it?
Yes, there is a composer who his name is Sculthorpe, Australian composer, and he did so many work for orchestra and didgeridoo or quartet and didgeridoo. So it's really amazing how to incorporate this in academic music.
That's wonderful.
And now that you're talking about combining cultures, how is the Venezuelan repertoire in comparison to some of the other repertoire that you have come across in your studies when it comes to not just classical music but music in general?
Yeah, this is a really nice question because it's not really new this repertoire here in Europe, but sometimes it's new. Like in the Basel in Swiss, they used to play Venezuelan music for the exams because the teacher Rengli, Mr. Rengli, he likes the difficulty of this program of Venezuela. So it's really amazing to see how sometimes it's new, sometimes not, and how to play this because as we was talking about is something about style, and even if you read this music and if you play the notes, sometimes it's not the same style. It's not good. So it reminds me, like in February, I played with the Latin band in Freiburg. So we played some salsa and like Bemba Colora. It was amazing because it was like we was 16 people and the middle of them was European people. So it was really amazing how to see people from French, from Spain, from Germany play this. It was really amazing.
That's a mashup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
for
best.
sure.
yeah.
And so, do you wanna show off the piccolo for a little bit?
Yes, I can show that. Yeah, of course. I was working in that last week. Something that maybe a lot of people knows is I will play something for violin, but in piccolo.
And
So
how is that work? Is it because it's written on the same?
it's because sometimes we have enough repertoire, but we like challenge also. So sometimes we like to pick other repertoire of other instruments. They do a lot. The flutists they do a lot that. So I took the fifth Paganini Caprice. So it's really
That sounds hard.
yeah, of course, but it's really new no for the people. I think.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
bravo.
Oh, that was amazing.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have to tell you, this is moving.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
Very moving.
it's not like really flute pieces, but we have to learn how to play this.
And so, before we sign off, what is your message to our friends and our families who are hanging in there, trying to stay together
healthy and safe.
and connected? How can we maintain this connection?
I have to say that in those days, difficult days, for me, the important thing is to keep calm, to really to don't stress, to listen the music. Is really good for those days, and just we will finish this in a while, not now, but it's important to be healthy and listen music. I think is the thing that I do most often these days. So I invite you to listen all of the music that there are a lot of music. So
Every kind of music.
exactly.
And we will. And it's so lovely to reconnect with you. And
Yes.
I know your parents must be so proud.
Yes.
And I am, and I had nothing to do with your success. But it's lovely to see you.
Enviamos abrazos a toda su familia, okay?
Yeah.
And so stay
Les
well.
extrañemos.
It's
Yeah.
wonderful to see
Really,
you.
thank you
And-
for the invitation. Yeah.
And maybe
gracias por
maybe the
todo.
next episode is a duo with you and your brother.
Yeah.
Good.
So maybe we can do that. All right. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you.
Hugs to everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Au revoir.